guys, we are back for another Dokkan battle video. So the Strongest in the Universe campaign part 3 is officially here. I'm pretty impressed. I feel like this campaign has been very good. There has been a lot of negativity around it, but I feel like those people are mostly just outright wrong, right? Like, there are some issues with some things, right? Like, certainly, was there a need for the teal coin? No. But, like, if we really break things down, Dokkan is not doing anything overtly negative. It's not like all of a sudden, oh my god, now they're going down the shitter. It's like, no, not at all. Are things even really that much different than in the past? I would say probably not. In regards to some of these events, right? Like the Fighting Spirit of the Saiyans and Pride of the Wicked Bloodline. I mean, if anything, I would say this event is easier than previous incredibly difficult but limited events. If you guys were not around in 2017, AGL Super Saiyan 3 Goku ZZA was far more limited and far more difficult than this event is. I promise you that, right? Like, I'm seeing clears all over the place. People are nuking with LR Goku and Gohan, right? People are nuking with the Goku and Vegeta. This event is not as like, oh my god, the game is ruined as people are making it out to be, right? And for the most part, too, with this, it is just clear at once, right? Like, people compare this very heavily to Legends, right? Legends sort of has a similar thing with the full power battle, right? But the thing with that is that you have to, like, seriously grind the hell out of that. Grind the hell out of that. Where with these, it's like you want to beat the stage, and then there's also missions along with it. But nuking the stage gets you the missions done at the same time too. So it's like, unless you're also going for like a no item run, right? It's really not that bad. Let's go through a lot of the stuff. Let's see what we've got here. I think we got some really good stuff in here. So, new EZA, new worldwide co-op campaign, requires you to work together with all players from all over the world. There's new red zone ticket summons for the Wicked Bloodline edition. Kind of surprising, there's only going to be 5 stages, right? So, you know, the GT and movie red zones had 7 stages. This one's only got 5. Bit of a bummer there, but I think the stages were pretty well designed. Besides Mecha Frieza and King Cold, I feel like the difficulty level of the Wicked Bloodline Red Zone is very acceptable. I do think that the Metal Cooler Core stage, the new one that came out today, probably the second hardest Red Zone fight. People are like, oh my god, it's so easy, but it's like, Final Form Cooler is like the biggest hard counter to that stage ever. You run Final Form Cooler, he can absolutely obliterate that Metal Cooler Core. But if you're not using Final Form Cooler, that stage is tough, right? Like, he hits harder than Omega, the Metal Cooler Core. You can't blitz the first stage. I like the design of it. It's good. It's good. Red Zone is good difficulty in this game. It absolutely is, right? Then there's the unique title you can get by doing all of the missions for the Fighting Spirit of the Saiyans and Pride of the Wicked Bloodline. Background music to make the campaign even livelier is still available. Okay, cool. This goes until the 3rd. Okay, so we still got a little bit of time there. Okay, so there's missions for part 3. You know, tickets, stones, stickers, Kais, stuff like that. Good stuff. There's more of the 50, like, sort of like special summon tickets. I believe we do have, yeah, right here. This is pretty easy. In order to do this, basically you just have to Dokkan Awaken, Rainbow, and EZA all of the free-to-play characters throughout the celebration, right? So you have the Goku/Gohan, you have the STR Metal Cooler, you have the Tech Cooler, and then the 5, like, cooler typings, right? STR Metal Cooler, Int, Physical, AGL, Tech. Get all those characters done. It is funny, I do see a lot of people very upset that they have to grind the units, but dude, I swear, like, I'm always in the Twilight Zone or something, or it's like, I am listening to people say there's nothing to do, and then people complaining that they have to grind the free-to-play units at the same time. Like, I'm going insane. I'm losing my marbles, man. But yeah, it's pretty easy, right? You could get this multi, which gets you the guaranteed LR at the end. You know, you just have to do all the free-to-play characters. The thing about it, too, is that during the 7th anniversary, right, the summon was a bit better because you get 3 guaranteed LRs at the end, but the free-to-play characters were absolute asshole, right? Whereas, like, some of these cooler free-to-play characters are actually fairly competent, right? Like, you could no item red zone stages with the full Metal Cooler team, right? Like, so, dude, it's not even that big of a deal that you have to grind them up because, like, they're good. Like, you want them, right? So, like, I don't know. I guess I'm just an idiot, huh? My bad. Then we have the Destroy the Big Eddie Star Worldwide Co-op campaign. Sure. New stages to this story event is interesting considering there's not like a new character or anything like that. But you can get the guide robot item through missions. I have to do a video just specifically on that item and how busted it is. I really do. Global gets the Dragon Ball story, which came out on JP in part 2 for some reason. I don't why. I don't know. Very bizarre. That this is going to be only in, right? I don't know. Very odd. Very odd to me that this is in part 3 for global, but then part 2 for JP. It doesn't make any sense. So we get so there's 2 new stages to this, right? One where you're fighting the core of Metal Cooler, and then the other where you're fighting the Goku and Vegeta. People are having a lot of trouble with this, but I mean, man, listen, I've been around for years now. If people are not able to instantly clear the event in one try effortlessly, they complain and complain and complain about the event, man. This is not that bad. There's so many different, like, strategies people have employed to take down these stages, right? I feel like even a lot of the missions probably are not that bad. We could pull up the missions real fast. Let's go to the challenge portion right here, and then it is right here. So let's take a look at some of these missions, right? So the most difficult stages, you have to beat Goku and Vegeta in 5 turns, and then Metal Cooler you have to beat in 4 turns. Again, I don't really think that's going to be too bad with the level of characters you could use. The Metal Cooler stage especially, you could just nuke his ass, right, with multiple characters. And then a lot of these, okay, let's see, clear stage 4, just using all of the type Metal Coolers, right? Easy A them, and then that will be super easy to do that. Clear stage 2 without using a support item. Clear stage 1 without using a support item. Very easy. Clear stage 4 of the event using only super attacks, right? So you just don't want to do, like, normal attacks. I think additional normals are okay, but you just want to make sure that all of your, like, regular attack, like your normal attacks are all supers. Just clear the stages. Like this isn't even that bad, right? They want you to do this one with a Super Saiyan Goku on your team. Okay. And then this one with a Final Form Cooler on your team. But again, like, you use a Tech Final Form Cooler. Like, there's numerous options for this. It's not like actually use, like, the new LR and stuff like that. Overall, I'd say this isn't that bad. I do think I agree with people, right? That it's like it's very scary when it's like, okay, there's specific boost characters who are good here, who are also summonable, like the LR Goku and Vegeta and the LR Metal Cooler. But considering the amount of clears I'm seeing of, like, really creative teams and people beating it very easily, very fast, without the new summonable units, I don't think this event is very bad. Right? It's just a case of people getting their teeth kicked in, and then they start crying about it, right? Like, it's okay if you don't beat the event second one. You'll be okay. It'll be okay, right? Like, the event is something that you can work towards. There's not an issue with that. There's plenty of different tiers of content that they've released throughout the celebration, right? We have an Infinite Dragon Ball History stage in here. You have the Dokkan events. You have, multiple new Red Zone stages. You have multiple Easy A's, right? And then you also have, like, Boss Rush. You've got this event. Like, there's a lot of different stuff that they added in here that's not just, like, at the same difficulty level as, like, this event or, like, the big Red Zone stages and stuff like that, right? Like, I would say that this celebration, more than ever, has put a lot of, like, top level difficult content in, though, right? Like, again, we had the missions for the 3, like, the final stage of the 3 Red Zones, right? And of course, then we had the Saiyans and Wicked Bloodline event. But I mean, I like it, right? Like, there's a lot of content. This celebration has had just an obscene amount of actual content, actual stuff to do. I think it's been very good. I do. All right, let's go back. So what else we got here? So we have the new stage of the Ultimate Red Zone. This is against the Metal Cooler core. He seems pretty tough. Again, on my initial first couple of attempts, I think I'd say Broly's the toughest red zone fight, and I think Metal Cooler is the core is probably number 2, right? I think like Omega's in there as like 3. I think Final Form Cooler and Metal Cooler are pretty tough as well. And then of course Bojack is still a hard fight. I will probably update like red zone like difficulty tier list as well, right, of which stages are the toughest. Again, I think the Metal Cooler stage, Metal Cooler core stage fits into number 2. It's just that Final Form Cooler absolutely decimates the stage. Final Form Cooler. So I think a lot of people just use the Cooler team, which is real. To me, Cooler's team is the most fun team in the game right now, especially with EZA STR Cooler. So a lot of people, of course, are using that team, STR Cooler, and then it's just like a joke, just shitting on the event, right? Okay, so let's see what else we got here. So there's a ticket banner for the Ultimate Red Zone Wicked Bloodline Edition. I didn't actually take a look at what is in here yet. All right, let me take a look. So, oh. Okay, so featured units are pretty ass. I mean, this guy aged very fast, right? Cooliza is solid. I guess this guy is pretty solid. And this Final Form Cooler, I think, is solid. These 3 just need EZAs, right? If you get one of these 3 units, don't instantly bob them. Wait for their potential EZAs. Again, I think Tech Final Form Cooler is pretty good. This guy's pretty good. Cooliza is pretty good. You know, one of these 3 Friezas right here could easily be a beast after they get their EZA. Very possible. Very, very possible. Now, unfeatured, you've got the Ginyu Force units in here. Nappa, Garlic Jr. You've got some solid characters in here. Just a bunch of villain units are on here, huh? I feel like some people are going to get some good stuff, right? Like, I feel bad for the people pulling Giant Lord Slug, right? Like, I feel like even his EZA is probably not going to be that impressive, but, you might pull LR Turles or the Ginyu Force units or AJL Golden Frieza. There's some good stuff in there, so that's good. Cooler's EZA. So there is 2 characters that we're able to EZA from Cooler's EZA, right? We have both Cooler and Salza/Thouser. Cooler, to me, seems like far and away the strongest EZA TUR in the game. His power alongside LR Final Form Cooler and stuff like that is just ridiculous, too. They're just... It's such a strong addition to, like, the core couple of teams of Movie Boss, Terrifying Conquer, Wicked Bloodline, and Transformation Boost. Like, these teams just get massive increases with this guy. This unit... Whew, They seem kind of shitty. We'll get to them very soon, but this is just not a character you're ever going to use. They're not really able to contribute very much, if anything at all. They're pretty underwhelming. I don't know what they were thinking with that. We have the new stages added to the EZA area. Each type Metal Cooler gets their own stage. I don't really think it's that big of a deal, right? All free-to-play characters, like, they all get their own stage in these EZA areas. It's not like surprising or oh my god, an exception to the rule or anything like that's like how they do it, right? They've done this. This is really good. This is very helpful for a lot of players, right, who don't link level. I mean, the new stages are not yet out on global. They're coming next month. Stage 28-2, which you could link level very fast, rank up very fast, get tons of Zenny very fast. Just an incredible stage, right? A lot of people use EZAs, right? Like, AGL Broly EZA and stuff like that to get Zenny, but this is really good. You're basically just getting a lot of your Zenny back for EZAing these characters, which is really good. And then we also have a chain battle for Goku and Vegeta starting on the 26th, which goes until the end of the celebration. Now, I'm going to be very curious to see what we get next week in terms of data download. I assume there is going to be an EX part. I am just completely unsure of what it would be, right? But, like, we get a data download every week, so there's got to be something next week. I just am not really too sure what it's going to be, right? Because, with this part, we definitely have hit the conclusion of both of the Cooler movies. Like, what are they going to drop? An EX part with Golden Cooler in part 3? I don't know. So, let me know what you guys think. I think the celebration is a massive success, right? The banners were very good. The teal coin introduced was obviously not so good. I agree with that. I think that the There was overreactions to the fighting spirit of the Saiyans prior to the Wicked Bloodline event. It's not as bad as people were predicting, right? Even the newest, most difficult stages, people can beat pretty easily without the new summonable characters, which, you know, here, follow me with this. If you could beat it without the new summonable characters, it's not really any more pay to win than any other event. Sorry. That's how it goes. I would be so on board if you basically could not beat the event at all unless you had LR Goku and Vegeta, Carnival Goku, Metal Cooler, or Final Form Cooler. Sure. Yep. That's ass. But you don't need those characters to win, right? Like, you know. So I don't know. I think the celebration overall has been pretty good. I'm seeing so many people say that the celebration is outright ass, and I just have to wonder, like, are you using your eyes and ears and brain, like, to say that? It's very, very, very crazy. Very crazy. Let me know what you guys think about part 3 of the Strongest in the Universe campaign. Right here with this in line, I'm thinking that right now I would say probably the 7th anniversary is still the best celebration. I think this is number 2, and I think I would say the 6th anniversary is number 3. In order of best celebrations in Dokkan history. This is right up there. This celebration was incredible. It was very, very good. So let me know what you guys think. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch y'all next time.